Here goes nothing. Alright, so that's the scratch pass, that's the outline pass, cutting through the paper template that I drew, as you guys have already seen in the video. So now comes the fun part, it's kind of like unwrapping a Christmas present. Let's see if what I just did worked, or if it was all for nothing. I can already tell that the scratch pass is a little light. Could have gone deeper. Yeah, definitely could have gone deeper. I can make it out. I'll probably be alright to do it. I have more templates if I need. I'll probably just keep those off to the side as a reference. But yeah, I can just barely make out what I need there. It should be fine. I'll just touch up. Alright, so second pass is done, which is basically just going super light over it again, just to connect all the dots. So you can start to see it coming together there. There you go. On to the next step. It's a multi-step process. I actually wrote up a whole how-to article and put it on another forum for custom choppers that I was involved in years and years ago. But yeah, I actually haven't engraved anything for 6 years. I was just thinking about that as I was cutting this. It's been about 6 years since I last engraved anything. So Clintus, I hope you like it, man. More to come. Just making it a little bit deeper. One pass at a time. My finger's already numb. Not numb, but like tingly from all the vibrations. It's hard work. Alright, so that's pass number 3 done. You can clearly see the pattern now. You can clearly see the cut lines. Everything is a lot deeper. Again, it's not a lot. You can barely even feel it when you're running your hand over the part. So it's not really cutting deep. It's not going to take away the integrity of the cover. It's still going to be solid and rigid, and everything's going to be just fine. I've done this for a bunch of Harley parts and other motorcycle parts, so that's all good. I'm probably going to take a break for tonight, let my finger calm down, and come back at it tomorrow. The next step is going to be to use this guy. You can see he's a ball tip, diamond tip, and basically what I do is I go through all these areas here and slowly make divots side by side by side. I'll start with the outside, make a border, go around all the letters with little divots, and it'll end up kind of filling in the background with this stippling and make these letters and the logo pop. All the negative space will have all those little divots. I've done this technique before and it's looked pretty cool. It's still real subtle. This isn't going to be something that is obvious on the bike, but when you get close and you take a closer look at it, he'll be able to see his name. So that's good for tonight. Definitely a good start. We'll go from there tomorrow. Alright, so the background is coming along. Let's get it in focus here. I gotta take a break now. My hand is getting tired and a little shaky. So Coming along, over halfway done with the background, but what I'm realizing now is I am going to have to go back through the actual main line cuts, deepen those up a little bit with this new bit, just to get the balance between the cut lines and the background fleshed out a little bit. And I also see some spots over here, like by the S, that I want to maybe touch up with some more dimples, and just to try and get a consistent reflection in those parts, but you get the idea. Alright, so I guess you'd say rough draft done. That's kind of what it's going to look like. It's hard to see in this light. I'll have to get some daylight shots of it. But the idea is that all those little divots, all those little dimples will capture the light and kind of reflect it all a little bit differently. It's a challenge because if I rotate the piece and do a divot from this angle versus this angle, those two divots will actually reflect light differently. And so you actually have to try and hold the piece in the same direction and go the same orientation for every divot, so that hopefully when you're done they all reflect kind of the same no matter which way you turn it. It's kind of cool. I'll rest on this. I'll come back and take a look. I might get one of the small bits out and do another cleanup pass just to make sure there's no loose things anywhere that I want to sharpen up. And I'll clean it up. I'll get it out in the sun, see what it looks like. And if it's good to go, I'll polish it up, get it cleaned up and packaged up. So we're getting there. I'm very pleased. Rock and roll. And for those of you who might not know where an oil filter cover goes on the bike, I'll show you here quick. So on this side of the engine, you have the clutch cover, main pipe, and this guy right here on these models, most bikes have it in this general area, is the oil filter cover. And so when this pops out, there's a little cylindrical oil filter in there, pretty common. And this piece goes kind of right there. Let me see if I can hold it and get a good shot. So that's kind of the look, that's kind of the placement of it. And so again, it's kind of subtle. You know, I'm not going to color it or anything like that. I don't want to make it too flashy, but kind of a cool subtle piece. Very good. That's kind of a cool reflection there.